What if I told you you've already died before? Not in some poetic or symbolic way, but literally. What if this life you're living right now isn't your first, but simply the latest in a long line of forgotten lifetimes? In today's video, we're diving into forbidden evidence, hidden texts, and suppressed knowledge that suggests the afterlife is real and that you've experienced it firsthand. But here's the twist. Every time you return to this world, you forget. Why? Who is hiding the truth from you? And what happens when you finally remember? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll question everything you thought you knew about life and death. Across the world, ancient cultures have held one core belief: we don't die, we return. From Hinduism to ancient Egyptian traditions, the idea of reincarnation has been a cornerstone of spiritual understanding. The Bhagavad Gita states clearly, "As a man sheds worn-out garments and wears new ones, so the soul discards worn-out bodies and enters new ones." But what's even more fascinating is that many of these cultures believed we retain soul memory, flashes, dreams, or intuitive knowledge from past lives. Yet somehow, in modern times, this idea has been buried, dismissed as myth or imagination. Could it be that forces we don't fully understand have hidden these truths from us? Maybe remembering your past lives isn't just a possibility. Maybe it's a threat to those in control. It's not just ancient cultures. Even modern science has stumbled across shocking cases. Dr. Ian Stevenson, a psychiatrist from the University of Virginia, investigated over 2,500 cases of children who remembered past lives. These children often recalled specific names, cities, family members, even causes of death, facts that were later verified. In one case, a boy from India remembered being a shopkeeper murdered in a past life and led investigators to the exact location, including details unknown to the public. These stories are dismissed by mainstream science, but the consistency across cultures and continents is hard to ignore. Why is the mainstream so quick to dismiss these cases? What if the proof of the afterlife has always been in front of us, just inconvenient for those writing the official narrative? What most people don't know is that early Christian texts, the ones that didn't make it into the Bible, contained clear references to reincarnation and the eternal soul. The Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, and other Gnostic writings spoke of the soul's journey through multiple lives toward divine knowledge. Even Church Father Origen believed in reincarnation, until the Council of Constantinople in 553 AD declared it heresy and erased it from doctrine. Why? Because a soul that reincarnates can't be controlled by fear of eternal damnation. A soul that knows it's immortal is a soul that can't be manipulated. What if your soul remembers the truth, but it's your mind that's been programmed to forget? Thousands of people worldwide report near-death experiences, NDEs, moments where they were clinically dead but returned with vivid memories of other realms. They describe floating above their bodies, meeting loved ones, encountering beings of light, and experiencing a love beyond comprehension. What's remarkable is that these stories are uncannily similar, regardless of culture, religion, or background. The most chilling part? Many report being told it's not your time, as if their return to life was part of a larger, unseen plan. Could NDEs be brief glimpses of the afterlife we've all been through before? And if so, how many times have we died already? So why don't we remember all of this? Ancient mystery schools taught that before we re-enter this world, we drink from the river Lethe, the river of forgetfulness. This symbolic act wipes our soul's memory clean, for a reason. Some say it's to give us a fresh start. Others believe it's to keep us trapped in a cycle of reincarnation and spiritual amnesia. But here's the good news: your memories can come back. Through deep meditation, soul regression, dreams, and spiritual awakening, many have begun to recall their past lives. The process isn't easy, but it's real. You've died before. You've lived entire lives, and now you're starting to remember. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, or Bardo Thodol, offers an astonishingly detailed roadmap of what happens after death. According to Tibetan monks, the soul journeys through several realms called bardos, where it encounters illusions shaped by its karma and attachments. These experiences determine whether the soul is reborn, ascends, or remains trapped. Monks undergo rigorous training to maintain conscious awareness during death so they can choose their next incarnation. What's powerful here is the idea that you can wake up even in death. That's why some believe this ancient text was kept hidden or dismissed in the West, because it empowers the soul to break the cycle and reclaim its spiritual authority. Before you incarnate, some spiritual traditions say you make agreements, soul contracts, about what lessons you'll learn, what challenges you'll face, and who you'll meet. These contracts are chosen with guides or higher beings who help shape your next experience. That means your suffering isn't punishment, it's curriculum. These ideas reframe life from something that happens to you into something happening for your evolution. If you've died before, then you've likely been the architect of your own reincarnations. But here's the twist. Once you're born, you forget the contract. The journey of awakening is to remember what you agreed to and why. That eerie feeling of, I've been here before, or I know this person from somewhere, that's déjà vu. But what if it's not just a glitch in the brain? Many spiritual teachers believe these moments are fragments of past life memory resurfacing. You might meet someone for the first time, but feel an instant connection, or dislike. That's because the soul remembers what the mind forgets. Déjà vu, dreams, or intense emotional responses to places or people may actually be proof that you've lived and died many times before. The memories are buried, but not gone. In esoteric traditions, there exists a cosmic database known as the Akashic Records, a metaphysical library that stores every thought, action, and experience of every soul. Seers, mystics, and trained intuitives claim to access these records to understand past lives, soul missions, and karmic cycles. If you've died before, then your entire soul history is etched into these energetic fields. Many spiritual practitioners use guided meditation or hypnosis to retrieve this information. The idea that your full soul history is out there, accessible, threatens systems built on control and amnesia. There are thousands of documented cases of people born with birthmarks that match the exact location of injuries or wounds from a past life. In some studies, children who remembered being murdered or injured in a past life had corresponding scars or marks on their current bodies. While mainstream science labels it coincidence or fantasy, the consistency of these patterns suggests a deeper connection. Your body may carry the echoes of how you died before, imprinted onto your new form as a reminder or a warning. Children around the world have spontaneously recalled past lives, often with stunning accuracy. These memories usually surface between the ages of 2 and 6 and fade as the child gets older. Many of them remember names, locations, family members, and specific events from lives they couldn't possibly have known about. Often, these memories are linked to violent or sudden deaths, as if unresolved energy pushes through the veil. Is this why society pushes children to forget or stop imagining things early on? Maybe they're not imagining, maybe they're remembering. One of the biggest questions in the reincarnation mystery is, why do we forget? Is it a natural process or deliberate interference? Some researchers believe we're trapped in a soul recycling system, a matrix-like mechanism that forces reincarnation and wipes memory to keep us disempowered. The idea is controversial but gaining traction. Could this system be run by interdimensional entities, archons, or even AI-like intelligences? If we remembered who we were, we might rebel against the cycle entirely. Forgetting keeps you small. Remembering makes you dangerous. Have you ever had a dream that felt too real, where you were someone else in another time, another place? Past life recall often comes through dreams. The soul speaks in symbols, and dreams are the language of the unconscious. Recurring dreams, intense emotional reactions, or dreams of places you've never visited may be your soul's way of showing you echoes of who you once were. Journaling these dreams and looking for patterns can be the first step toward remembering your past lives. Many people have used hypnosis and guided regression therapy to explore their past lives. Made famous by Dr. Brian Weiss, This method allows people to relax deeply and access soul memories hidden from the conscious mind. Sessions often reveal vivid scenes, entire lifetimes, complete with names, dates, and emotional detail. Some regressions even lead to physical or emotional healing in the present. Why? Because the soul doesn't forget, only the conscious mind does. Past life therapy is a tool to reclaim lost parts of yourself. Many near-death experiencers describe a life review after death. In this state, they relive every moment of their life, not just from their perspective, but from the perspective of everyone they affected. If you caused pain, you felt it. If you gave love, you felt that too. This isn't punishment, it's education. The soul learns through empathy. The life review confirms what many mystics have always said: you are everyone else. Each lifetime builds on the last, preparing you for the next. Have you ever felt like you've known someone forever, even if you just met? That may be because you have known them in other lifetimes. Many believe we incarnate in soul families, groups of souls that reincarnate together again and again, playing different roles each time. Your mother in this life might have been your brother, lover, or enemy in another. These bonds are designed to teach and evolve the soul. When you meet someone and feel an instant connection, don't dismiss it. Your souls are just saying hello again. Karma isn't punishment. It's not some divine revenge. It's more like a cosmic balancing act, a mechanism of soul evolution. The pain or joy you bring to others eventually returns to you, not as judgment, but as experience. If you've lived many lives, then your current situation may be shaped by choices made lifetimes ago. That doesn't mean you're doomed. It means you have the power to break patterns. Understanding karma lets you take ownership of your spiritual path. Not everything is predestined. Even if you have a soul contract or karmic baggage, you still have free will. At every stage, before birth, during life, and after death, you can make choices. The more conscious those choices, the more power you regain. Reincarnation isn't just a loop, it's a ladder. And every decision either ascends or descends your soul's path. Your awakening begins when you realize you're not trapped, you're just asleep. Liberation isn't about escaping life, it's about remembering your true self. Practices like meditation, breathwork, fasting, and spiritual study help you reconnect with your soul's memory. The goal isn't just to stop reincarnating, it's to awaken within the cycle. When you live with full awareness of who you are, and every death you've experienced wasn't an ending, but a doorway. You've crossed it before, maybe many times. The problem is, you've forgotten, but the truth has always been waiting for you. You've died before. You've lived before, and now you're awakening again. The question is, what will you do with the life you've been given now? The answer might just change everything. As you begin to spiritually awaken, something strange happens. The veil that separates this life from your past ones begins to thin. You might notice sudden, unexplainable memories, strange dreams, or feelings of knowing something you never learned. Synchronicities multiply. A song, a name, a place might trigger an emotional wave that doesn't make sense, unless it's from another life. These are not coincidences, they're breadcrumbs. Your soul is nudging you to remember. The more you pay attention, the more the past rises to the surface. This is not imagination. This is the moment your soul stops sleeping and starts waking up. Within you is a higher version of yourself, a being of immense wisdom, clarity, and memory. This higher self isn't outside of you. It's the eternal you, the one that has never forgotten your past lives, your purpose, or your divine origin. Practices like meditation, prayer, and quiet contemplation help you bridge the gap between your conscious mind and your higher self. The more you connect with it, the more guidance you receive. The higher self isn't affected by fear, illusion, or death. It is the you that has died many times and still remembers everything. There's a growing theory that reincarnation isn't a natural process, but a trap designed to recycle souls back into the physical realm. According to this belief, after death, souls are manipulated by false light beings or artificial intelligence-like systems to choose to reincarnate again, often through guilt, fear, or illusion. Critics call this theory fear-based disempowerment. Supporters say it explains why souls forget and why the system seems designed to keep us blind. Whether true or not, the key takeaway is this: you have a choice. Awareness is the first step to freedom. What if reincarnation isn't limited to humans? Many believe that souls evolve through multiple forms, not just human, but animal, elemental, even planetary consciousness. Have you ever felt an intense connection to a particular animal, as if you understand its essence on a deep level? Some spiritual schools teach that souls begin in simpler forms and evolve upward through experience. Others say that enlightened beings sometimes choose to reincarnate as animals to experience life in purer, more instinctual ways. Death, in this view, is just a doorway between different masks worn by the same eternal consciousness. The ancient Egyptians dedicated entire lifetimes to preparing for the afterlife. The Book of the Dead, pyramid texts, and elaborate tomb rituals weren't just for ceremony. They were precise instructions to help the soul navigate death consciously. They believed the heart was weighed against the feather of truth. If found pure, the soul would pass into eternal life. But what if this wasn't just myth? What if they knew the mechanics of death and rebirth and encoded it for future generations? Egypt's lost knowledge may hold the key to remembering what really happens after we die. Some researchers suggest that the moon isn't just a rock orbiting Earth, but a device or relay station involved in the reincarnation process. Ancient texts and esoteric teachings hint at the moon as a soul filter, where consciousness is wiped before returning to Earth. It's a wild theory, but worth exploring. Why does the moon appear in nearly every mythology? Why is it associated with illusion, madness, and sleep? Maybe it plays a deeper role in why we forget and why we return. Could the moon be part of the veil we must pierce to finally remember? When you go through intense trauma, especially at the time of death, it can create soul fragmentation. Parts of your energy can become stuck in past timelines, unresolved, trapped in the event. These soul fragments can carry forward into new lives, showing up as phobias, emotional patterns, or chronic pain with no medical cause. Healing trauma isn't just emotional, it's energetic. Soul retrieval practices, shamanic journeys, or inner child healing help reclaim these lost pieces. To remember who you've been, you may need to first gather the parts of yourself that broke during death. When you're on the path of awakening, life begins to speak to you through signs, numbers, symbols, and events that defy coincidence. Seeing 1111, repeating names, or meeting people at the exact right moment. These synchronicities are messages from your higher self, or even your past incarnations. They're not random. They're invitations to dig deeper, to ask bigger questions, to remember. The more you follow these clues, the more aligned you become with your soul's mission. The universe isn't silent, it's whispering to you constantly. Every lifetime serves a purpose. Whether it's to learn forgiveness, teach love, balance karma, or awaken others, your soul doesn't come here by accident. Sometimes you return to help someone else. Sometimes it's to complete a mission you started centuries ago. If you've died before and come back, it means your work isn't done. Discovering your soul purpose brings deep peace. You may not know the full story yet, but your heart will always point in the right direction. There are places in the world that trigger deep emotions, visions, or unexplainable knowing. These sacred sites, like Machu Picchu, the pyramids of Egypt, Stonehenge, or Angkor Wat, often activate past life memory. People report feeling a pull to visit them, and when they do, they feel overwhelmed with familiarity or spiritual insight. It's as if the land itself holds the memory of who they once were. Your soul leaves echoes wherever it's been. Sometimes, returning to those places reawakens what you thought was lost. Quantum physics and mysticism both hint at a mind-bending truth. Time is not linear. That means your past lives, present life, and even future lives are happening simultaneously in different dimensions of consciousness. When you access a past life, you're not just remembering, you're connecting with another now. This means your choices today can heal your past and influence your future. When you die, you don't go forward or go back, you simply shift. Understanding time as a construct allows your soul to operate beyond the prison of forgetfulness. Some spiritual traditions and modern experiencers claim that at death, interdimensional beings appear, either as guides or deceivers. The soul may encounter angels, ancestors, or higher beings that help it ascend. But others speak of false light beings who mimic divine forms to manipulate souls back into the reincarnation cycle. Discernment is critical. You have sovereignty even in death. Always ask, is this being aligned with my highest good? The death portal is a spiritual battleground, and knowledge is your protection. While most people are afraid of death, the elites spend billions trying to escape it. From cryogenics to brain uploads to blood transfusions from the young, they desperately seek to avoid the reincarnation cycle. Why? Perhaps they know what happens after death and fear the karma waiting for them. Their obsession with immortality isn't just about staying rich, it's about avoiding consequences. If you've died before and returned to heal, what have they returned to escape? Between each incarnation, there is said to be a between-lives state, a realm where the soul rests, meets with guides, reviews its last life, and plans the next. Many who undergo past life regression recall this place as beautiful, filled with light, peace, and divine presence. It's here that you remember your soul family and spiritual origin, but once you're reborn, you forget. Learning to access this in meditation or regression can reconnect you with the why behind your current life.